What would have happened if the UK and USA had lost the First World War? Well, this is a map of Germany and its ally, the Austria-Hungarian Empire, during the war. This is its ally, the Ottoman Empire. History has judged the Treaty of Versailles as harsh because it produces extreme German nationalism. But those type of treaties weren't unusual at the time. And to have a guess what type of treaty would have been imposed in the UK and USA, we can look at the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk that Germany imposed on Russia as they negotiated their exit from the war. Russia lost 1 million square miles of land and 55 million people, one-third of its population. Russia lost huge grain shipments from Ukraine, as well as coal and raw materials from new German satellite states, Finland and the Baltic states, whilst the Ottomans took control of Armenia, Georgia, and Azerbaijan, and Russia's army effectively disbanded. This caused uprising and civil war in Russia. If the Axis powers had won, a similar treaty would have been imposed on the Allied powers. Germany would have demanded Britain's and France's navy and army to be limited, as well as access and maybe outright annexation of the Pas-de-Calais and the Flanders coast. Belgium would be returned as a satellite state. Germany would also be keen on Britain's navy bases in Gibraltar and Malta, and the Ottomans would no doubt have wanted the return of Egypt and the Suez Canal. Britain and France's African colonies would have been ceded to link up with its Mittelafrika project. Germany's colonial rule in Africa had been brutal compared to Britain. India may have been too ambitious, but a likely German support for Indian independence to destabilize Britain would be likely. Germany had few interests in the USA, but reparations for German losses would have been a priority, as well as trying to restrict U.S. Navy dominance in the Atlantic, and a reverse of the Monroe Doctrine for the USA to stay out of European politics. Germany would likely to stay out of British territory in Canada, as it may breach the Monroe Doctrine. Germany would now have been Europe's dominant force by far. But what would the reaction have been in the UK and France? It's likely Britain would have supported nationalist and independence movements all over German territories to destabilize it. But as Britain and France faced the same humiliation as Germany did after the First World War, could a Nazi-style party have emerged in the UK, France, or even the USA? Subscribe for the follow-up and let me know in the comments.